Good God morning. Good God morning. Good God morning. I own it God's way each and every day. And I hop on here every morning around between 6 and 7, right? Or at this date, it's a little late. I am grateful to be here very quickly. You know, we are co-creators, right? Facebook, YouTube, hi. We are co-creators and we are giving gifts, tools. God blew himself, his spirit into us. We can do amazing things. And one of our greatest tools, and children use this all the time. We have to keep that childlike self. We have the tool to imagine how we want our life to be. We can vision it, feel it, experience it until it happens. I'm sure if you look over your life, there are things that are now present that you thought about years ago, that you declared to be so years ago, maybe in your childhood, maybe when you didn't really think what you were saying or what you were doing. Hey, David, how are you? I didn't know you were in Carrot Bars. I am grateful for the gift of imagination, to be able to think and vision and experience how it feels to be wealthy. How does it feel to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it? And then all of a sudden, some other things start happening. Imagination is one of our most powerful tools. And sometimes our brain wants to give us crazy stuff to say that it can't happen. That's not true. We can imagine and work our way into anything we desire. It takes some things. First, you have to write it. You know, Napoleon Hill and Robert Kiyosaki and all the greats, Tony Robbins, all the greats tell you that you should write it down, envision what it would look like. What does it look like to have your most precious dream? Excuse me. What does it look like? What does it feel like to be able to walk in, open your door with your own keys to that grand mansion, if that's what you desire? To be able to fly all over the world anytime that you want, to not have to go to anybody's job, just over broke. Imagine what it would feel like to have endless supply of good. What does that feel like? Imagination is, and I put it in, is one of our greatest gifts. If we can't imagine it and turn that imagination into a belief, a desire, a knowing, then we'll never have it. And remember, your subconscious mind wants to give you all the ifs and nots and can't do and all of that. We have to move up to that conscious mind and then that super conscious mind where you know it can be done. You no longer say if, you say when. You no longer say, well, maybe I don't have the right thing. No, you don't. You imagine it every day of your life that's what you desire. What does it feel like? It changes your whole life, that imagination. I'm going to tell you a story about me. I was in high school a reader, and I used to imagine myself being in the Caribbean, feeling that, I mean, even to the point that I actually saw myself walking on the shores of St. Thomas Virgin Islands. I was at the dock. I could feel the wind. I could feel the sun. I could hear the waves. I could smell the food. I could see the people. And this was when I was like 17, maybe not even 17. I was in high school, 10th grade. And I was reading all these novels. And in these old novels, they actually explain and describe an environment. You know, some writers can make you feel like you're there. And I said to myself, and in my mind, I actually saw myself there. And 5 years later, after I graduated from college, I took a job in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. It just showed up. I was going through the paper and they had an advertisement for teaching all over the world. And I chose to apply there, wherever it was, all the places that were warm and by the sea. How did that happen? How did that happen? I imagined myself to be there and it showed up. The opportunity showed up. Imagination is your greatest tool. We are amazing, divine creatures. We create everything that we have an experience with. I remember saying that at one time that I wanted to be 365 degree surrounded by like-minded people. Fast forward to today, guess what? All my friends are spiritual light workers. They're people who speak and think on a higher plane of consciousness. We are amazing as creatures of God. We are his highest creatures on this earth. He blew into us. He gave us a power. We are the divine creation of God. We are the walking image and likeness. We can create anything if we believe and have faith. If we say yes to the world, opportunities arise for everything we ever spoke about for us. So today I want you to write down your imagined dream and put expression into it. How does it feel to be in that loving relationship? How does it feel to have that business that is booming? What are the things that you would do? What and say them in the present tense. Don't say when I am living and traveling to the most exotic places. My first place will be Madagascar, where I can smell the smells of incense burning. I can see and feel the coldness of the pyramids. Be creative. Create your world. You can do this. You can do this. Your life does not have to be with angst and anxiety. That's just something that, you get distracted by all this stuff. Stay focused. Today, write down your imagination. Write down your image of what kind of life you desire. For without that, the universe can't give it to you. I used to wonder, why did I have to tell God what I wanted? Doesn't he know everything? Why do I have to tell the universe how I want to live? And why do I have to, that question, why? Get out your vocabulary. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Imagination will take you places that doubt won't. Remember, we are divine beings. That's what Jesus Christ was trying to tell us. He wasn't trying to tell us to worship him. He was trying to teach us how to be in this universe in harmony, in abundance. It's there for us. Write down your dream, your vision of what your life is. Imagination. And I wrote the definition down in for those people. It's the power of forming a mental image of something not present to the senses, and never before wholly perceived in reality. Imagination. You can't feel it, you can't smell it, you can't touch it in the present moment maybe, but you can imagine it to be. And you can read that every day and wait and see and act when the opportunity arises to get you there. I am RosaJ, doing it God's way each and every day. And imagination, use that tool. What do you imagine in your life? And tomorrow we'll talk about that. So come see me tomorrow with your written image of your life. And perhaps you might want to share a little bit of it. What is the most important feeling that you want to experience? Feel it with your heart as you write it down. See it in your mind. Imagination will get you all that you desire. It will open doors and bring up opportunities that will take you places that you only dream about. Put that dream on paper. I am RosaJ, doing it God's way, and I'm going to do my imagination, create my world on paper, and I suggest that you do the same. And let's talk about that tomorrow. Just a quick talk. I don't stay on here long, but thank you for joining me. Thank you for seeing me. Go to my YouTube page, RosaJ, and subscribe. I have a ton of videos there. I'm on YouTube right now. Hi, YouTubers. It's good to be here. So I'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Yes. Imagination. How do you imagine your world to be?